Welcome in, Renegades. And it looks like Shill isn't here yet. So we're just going to talk. We got to keep going with the live. We were scheduled for today, so I'm not 100% sure what happened. Yeah, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get Shill on the channel or not. Sorry about that, guys. I can't make him come here. Can't force him. We planned this, so I don't know. Maybe we'll get him on in the future. I have a bunch of people lined up, so it might not happen for a couple months now. He kind of missed his spot here. I'm about to have ICP hubs on. I'm about to have a lot of other projects on. So I mean, oh well, I guess we'll move on. But I'm just gonna talk today because I honestly, like, we had this set up with no misunderstanding, so I didn't even plan for a backup. But I'm just gonna talk today. I think the bull run is actually going to happen very soon, within the next week or so, possibly 2 weeks. By the end of July, we're going to see a massive pump. But I want to go back to some core fundamentals of crypto. We're just going to talk about crypto today. So if we go and we look at the state of crypto right now, there is no possible way that we are not going to see the biggest bull run that we've ever seen. It's time to start to get bullish right now. I think meme coins are a big play. I think they have massive value that goes throughout the entire ecosystem, which is going to move out of Bitcoin. Right now, with Bitcoin retracing 30%, a lot of accumulation is happening with Bitcoin. We've seen accumulation for altcoins. Now it's just that despondency era. But if you look at the current state of crypto, with the ETFs, with, MicroStrategy owning a ton, BlackRock owning a ton, all of these institutional investors have really cornered the market. And with like Solana, for instance, which will be the new proposed ETF. This is really going to solidify altcoins into the financial institution of America. Now, I believe that we are going to see a lot of different institutions come on board with that. I believe there is going to be more ETFs that are happening from different cryptos after there is clear regulation on what is a security and what is not. But of course, with Solana being solidified as an ETF, I think that this kind of thing can be super bullish. I would like to see a meme coin, like a Dogecoin ETF or something like that. But if we can start to see ICP even come in and get an ETF in America, what that is going to do is going to relieve that pressure. Because what is happening is, when the government can't control something, they are going to regulate by enforcement, they're going to make up rules, and they're going to play dirty. Okay? But that's why a lot of the big institutions are only messing with Bitcoin and now Ethereum, outside of, the S&P 500 and whatever else, like MicroStrategy did by borrowing money before there was even an ETF. And he did that as a corporate entity, as MicroStrategy, right? And so I think it's very important to note that if we can get ICP approved as an ETF in America, then it would stop the government from coming after ICP as something that is scary because they can't control it, because then they have the regulation of the traditional market within that infrastructure, and they're not going to want to destroy that, because that's going to bolster the US economy. So I think these ETFs are very important, that we have spot ETFs now and not just futures one, because futures is not the best for crypto. That's what causes these big pumps and dumps, but that's also what makes us our money when the price goes really, really high. So these different aspects of the market conditions are definitely something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So today, I want to also start talking about the infrastructure of ICP via staking. Now, as you know, there is a company called Taurus that allows institutional staking of the internet computer. Now, the logical next step would be the United Nations to support the internet computer. And of course, that's happening already. So then the next step would be to become compliant with US laws and regulations and go for an ETF. I think Internet Computer being number 25 stands a good chance. And with the infrastructure being able to build on web services, it makes it a contender for a lot of institutions to want to stake ICP, to buy it as an ETF, and then build their own ecosystem projects within that, or hire people to build on that crypto, or fund building stuff like that. So we'll try to get Shill on here. It might not be for like 2 more months now, though, because I'm booked solid. I got my move coming up in 4 days. I have a meetup tomorrow. I have Bitcoin Nashville coming up. I have Jennifer Tran coming on the channel from Definity. I have Pedro coming on the channel from ICP Hub USA. I have ICP Hub South America going to be on the channel. So I have all these different interviews, and I was hoping to get Shill on. I wonder what happened. If you guys have his DM, tell him to get over here. We'll still put him on. But yeah, I think meme coins and EXE, like, I'm not mad at Shill for missing. Stuff happens. So I still do support the project. I think EXE is definitely capable of $100 million market cap before 2024 is over. It's capable of it. I'm not saying that's going to happen. But there's a lot of good news when it comes to meme coins. Now, Ghost helped carry us through the bear market as a meme coin. So I can only imagine what the top or the bull market is going to be for EXE. I hold a bag of EXE myself, and when it goes down, I like to buy a lot more. I've taken profit a couple times and then bought more, and it's a pretty good scenario that we have. But I guess while I have you here, I'm going to explain our project, ICP Renegades. It is a 3-prong or multifaceted project. And we have a meme coin too. So this is gonna, go with the outline of our story today. So we took a vote and we asked people to vote if we should create a new, explain this from the beginning. We created a token as a test on ICPI as a meme coin. Then I wanted to make it a gaming token, or I wanted to make a gaming token. And I was told by a couple of friends of mine that I shouldn't create a new token. And so I ended up trying to make Renegade a gaming token. So we ended up going with that. And then when I really, got down in the core infrastructure, when trying to create a grant, trying to, map out the blueprints in the future of our project, it didn't make sense to have a token that already has 70% of the supply, 700 million out of a billion, in a liquidity situation on ICPSWAP. So there's not enough tokens to go around. So I went with that for a while. And then the more I started really deep diving into the future of the project and trying to make it a long lasting project, the more it didn't make sense. And so I was like, well, the only thing stopping me from creating a new token is some advice from a friend, and I take his advice seriously. And so I don't not take his advice out of malice or anything else. I just don't know that he understands gaming tokens. And so I did a lot of research. Okay, our 3-prong project. Let me explain that before I go into the process. So we have an NFT, which is a 3D NFT that will be integrated as an in-game skin. We have a token structure, okay, which is, if you look at games, and this is why I'm able to do this, if you look at gaming structure, you can have 1 token or you can have up to 3 tokens. So basically you can have the in-game token, you can have the governance token, and then you can have like a supporting rewards token. And so what we're going to do is we're going to turn not only our Renegade token into a meme coin again, but it's also going to be a rewards token to help bolster our game. So it's still going to be used in game. The canister is already connected to the game, so it still will be a usable token in the game. And so what you would be able to do is earn in either the RNG token, which is going to be the new one, or you could earn in Renegade token, whichever one you want. And now for our holders of the Renegade token, we are going to airdrop you the gaming token 1 for 1. So basically what is going to happen is, say you hold 25 million Renegade tokens. You're like, dang, You know, the price is dumping right now. They're not going to use it as an in-game token. I'm going to sell. Well, that's not, I can't tell you not to do that. But if you think about it, you're going to receive 1-for-1 of every token that you hold of Renegade token. Okay, then the top holders of those tokens of the new RNG token are going to get airdropped Renegade tokens, NFTs, and a lot of other stuff. We are running a funded campaign right now. And what we're going to do is allocate 5% of the supply to everybody that, there's 4 tiers, I believe, 4, 5. I believe there's 4 tiers that you can participate, and we will divide 5%. If we reach our goal, we will divide 5% of the total supply, which is going to be 10 billion, into all of the people that participate in the funded. Then we are going to take that money to launch our SNS. So it's going to cost us some money to get, you know, the tokenomics worked out, to get the SNS launch and proposal, and then we're going to use an LBP on Toniq, which is a liquidity bootstrapping event. This is going to be way more thought out, detailed, and long lasting than whatever we had before that was just thrown together as a test that I tried to make viable, and it isn't good for the community as a whole. So as a 50-50 vote, the decision comes back to me now. I gave it over to the community gave it back to me. So what we are going to do is keep the Renegade token in. We're going to integrate CKUSDC. We're going to integrate hopefully some BRC20 tokens. I don't know if that's possible. I need to talk to my dev about that. But we want CKERC20 and we want our BRC20 tokens in our game. Okay, and then the third aspect is going to be the game itself, the D app. And so we're going to go for DeFi later, so where you can swap Renegade for RNG, you can swap Renegade for ICP, you can swap ICP for RNG and all of that. Then we will have our governance token, which will not be used in game at all. It will only be for the DAO and the SNS launch. And now let me explain the NFTs. So we have a Generation 2 launch right now, and we already have our Generation 1. You can mint those over on Toniq right now, which the top 3 holders are going to receive some nice tokens. We might take like 15 million. Now that we have more tokens for marketing and incentives, we'll be able to give that away. So holders of Gen 2 will receive an airdrop the first couple of months for the top holders of NFTs and tokens. But as we get that governance token in, you guys will be able to vote like you do here, and it probably won't be a tie at that point. So as we move to the next stage, we're going to need everybody's support. We're going to need retweets. We're going to need, you know, just people in spaces or whatever you can do to help support the project. I know a lot of you are holders, and I'm not asking this, because we're self-promoting. No, I want everybody to know what we're doing. I want everybody involved. And I think you guys are in for some big stuff because I'm getting coached by people. This is why I really went in depth with this. I talked to Jennifer Tran. She's head of developer relations. She is part of, you know, like making the decision for grants and stuff like that. And she really schooled me on, you know, going into more of the technical aspect, the long term, what you can do for every project in the eco. So I want to have EXE integrated into our game. That's actually going to be in our, that's why I wanted Shill on the channel today, man. We have some cool things that we could be doing together. He said he would integrate our game into EXE, and I want to integrate EXE token into our game as one of the first initial tokens of CKUSDC, either CK Bitcoin or a CK Bitcoin or a BRC20 token, and then EXE. And so if we get all of those in with USDC, CKBTC, or BRC20 and EXE, I think that will be a very plethora of options to earn crypto. And what we would do is we would have to exchange Renegade token for those other cryptos, or we could, you know, have a pool of Renegade to the other crypto set up. So where if you say, okay, I don't want to get RNG token, I don't want to get Renegade, we get EXE, there will already be a pool of EXE that you can earn, or you can wager on your races, which is going to be interesting. And then 2 projects out there. We're going to have billboards out there, so where you can in game, when people are playing, earning tokens, they can see your project in there. We plan to integrate NFTs, and here's the problem. Okay, why we are doing a new token as well is because now we are going to have to own our canister. If you guys want a game that is going to last 20 to 30 years, which I want this to be around the rest of my life. If I build a game, I'm going to keep this going as long as I can do it. But what would happen is now we are running a canister that we do not own. So if anything happens to ICPI, our token goes away, our game goes away. Oh, we lose the token in the game, and there would be no way to really get that back if they just disappear. And I don't think that'll ever happen, but I'm just saying we don't own that canister. So now when it comes to having different NFTs on different canisters, well, we could integrate each canister, or my plan, since we have 333 right now, I think that's perfect to launch the game. After we get the game going, we're not going to create any more NFTs until we have the full game. Okay, the token's going to have to be created somewhere between now and when the game comes. More likely when we develop the game, it's going to have to be integrated. But with the NFTs, what we're planning to do is keep the 333, and then later on, since they're in two canisters, mint a whole new project. But instead of only having 333, it'll have 333 bikes, it'll have 333 cars, and then it will have like maybe Formula One racers and stuff like that. But we'll make it all one canister, and then basically we will airdrop you that NFT. And then let that other canister cycles just burn out, or a black hole. So we'll do something to get rid of that canister. So yeah, whoa. We have some pretty big plans. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I've been doing a lot of work, getting this grant. It's just kind of what the developer can do. What is going to be interesting is Chain Fusion Summer. So if we can get a good idea to integrate some cross-chain tokens, whether it be MetaMask, whether it be, like I said, those ERC20 tokens. What do we have? CK Peppy. We have CK Shib. We got a lot of them now. I've just been seeing everywhere these things are coming out. And Amy's here. I'm sorry, Amy. I keep telling you Shill's coming on. And then, man, it's okay, though. I think it was a good opportunity to talk about the project. We'll get them on. I mean, maybe I'll do it on a day, that we don't have it, but I'm going to need confirmation 2 hours before. Maybe CK this. Yes. Isn't it CK Oct or is it OTC? You're right. CK OTC will be the first 50x chain key project on ICP. It's Omnity. And Omnity is fire. BitOmni is fire. Epic DAO. These are projects I'm really going to be supporting in the near future. We need to check with Shill. Come on, Shill. Where are you, man? He'll be here one of these days, man. I wasn't using him for like clout or anything. I could show you the tweet. You want, like, he's supposed to come on here, but yeah. So now the state of ICP, it is more integrated with the traditional government system than any other crypto. It is widely recognized in Europe throughout different countries that are really recognizing it. Like Portugal has recognized it, the United Nations, which is, a lot of different countries together, Switzerland. So the technological advancements of the internet computer are starting to bolster the growing Web3 atmosphere throughout these different governments and organizations. So I want to talk about the next year on ICP. So we haven't talked about that for a while. One, there's going to be some crazy bull market stuff happening, but what is going to be happening with the technical capabilities of the internet computer in the next year? I believe we're going to see meme coins start to bring utility into ecosystems. I believe they're going to be much more than just a community, with meme coins becoming DAOs and then it truly becoming a community project. Imagine if Dogecoin became a community-centered DAO. Now, that is only possible on the internet computer, but it would be really cool to see it running completely on-chain through the NNS. That kind of thing is going to be what separates the internet computer from other blockchains, is having this capability of creating these community center projects. And I think the technical capabilities of the internet computer over the next year, when it comes to what can be processed, I think we're going to see somewhere around 500,000 Ethereum equivalent transactions happen within the internet computer. I believe we're going to see somewhere around 5 billion blocks coming within the next year or so. So we'll be at 5 billion. I think we're close to 3 billion now. I believe that the internet computer is going to integrate more programming languages. I believe the internet computer is going to be a candidate for institutional adoption in America. I believe that when projects, companies, that's what I was trying to say, companies like Amazon, start to see what the capabilities of the internet computer, and maybe not even Amazon, but even other big companies like, say, Dick's Sporting Goods. So what could Dick's Sporting Goods benefit from the internet computer? Well, my idea would be to have an online store completely on chain where people can now buy my product with cryptocurrency. This means that if somebody is traveling, they're able to pay in the same currency to save them money. If they're buying from overseas, they could just pay with Bitcoin, and that would actually save a lot of money for both the customer and the business. So I think businesses are going to start to bring their current companies, or what they can do is offshoot, like say, okay, we're Walmart, for instance, but we have a subset called Sam's Club. Not really, but this is for instance. So say Walmart owns Sam's Club. Okay, we're Walmart, that's our main brand. But we have Sam's Club that we run too. Okay, that's our side hustle. So imagine Dick's Sporting Goods and then having like Richard's online goods or something like that, and have like an offset and bring a section of that business. And that's all it would need. If you can get a section of all of the businesses to come and build a proportional segment of their multi-billion dollar industry on ICP, then that's the way it could be. You could have Nintendo games. Okay, once the technical capabilities and the lag and everything get worked out, you could bring some regular, like Nintendo. Let's say Nintendo decides, hey, we want to use the core infrastructure of ICP and BoomDAO, or whatever, they create their own BoomDAO type deal, to bring in that crypto, that Web3, because it's a whole new audience to them. If I'm thinking like a business owner and I'm thinking, okay, we got, the teens, we got the, young men, we got, all the adults that play, we got this demographic, this demographic, this demographic. How do we grow our demographic? Well, I would be looking at Web3 gaming. Axie Infinity was the most sold NFT of all time, and it's a gaming NFT. So if you think about the money that's there in their minds, right, they're going to be like, okay, if I'm doing this, I want us to, make this profitable. So if they're thinking that, and then the token, and then they already have their current Nintendo skills that already know how to build games and have been doing it for hundreds of years, like, the 40 years or however long they've been doing it. But that kind of thing is definitely possible, and they could build this thing. And then even as you've seen like a Solana phone, well, imagine a phone that you get it and it's already connected to Nintendo, and you can go into the Nintendo portal and play like a ton of Web3 games and earn cryptocurrency. So it would be a whole new market. It'd be owned by Nintendo, PlayStation, whatever. And then they could, have a whole new demographic. But I think that's the capabilities of the internet computer, not just having projects start out of nowhere and build, or, bring their project from another blockchain. But I think the traditional world, because ICP is bringing the internet completely on chain. And if you think about that, well, games are on the internet. Well, who's the biggest game companies out there? And then you think, okay, how do we get them to build on our project, right? I'd be looking at Microsoft. What could we benefit? Like, I'm not a technical guy. But if I was Definity, or if I was one of the developers that had like super in-depth knowledge of cryptography and the way the internet computer works, I would look into Microsoft and what, so like Jennifer told me, she said, come at it in an aspect that would make sense to the people that are looking at what you're doing, right? And so if you come at it in a sense of wording it or presenting it how people would want to hear it, then I think if you talk about technical capabilities, you talk about security. And I don't know if Microsoft relies on Amazon and their stuff can be turned off, or if Microsoft probably has its own cloud service. But I think those kind of things are what we need to think of, is how to get even Amazon to utilize, like make it attractive for these big conglomerates that can really, bring a multi-trillion-dollar already established industry and put part of it on the internet computer, and it's capable of doing that. And then I think medical documents, that's one that they've already talked about, bringing medical documents. I've heard slot machines. I've heard a lot of different capabilities that the internet computer can do. And so if we really break that down, then not only could it do medical records, you could take the entirety of your business, and then, or not even the entirety, but maybe take a core, like say you have all these documents, okay, but you have these very specific special ones that you cannot afford to lose. They're the core infrastructure. They're your blueprints. They're the thing. If you lose those, your business is going to fail. Well, instead of taking like all of their files and stuff, and because they'll want to use Amazon Web Services for whatever reason, they trust it, get a portion of that. That's how things start. Someone uses something, they're like, okay, we'll allocate 1% of our files over here and see how it works. And then once it works better, cheaper, and then if Amazon ever goes down, they can't use their regular files, then they'll be like, okay, and this is a reason to use this. So I think businesses could put their entire, because there's a lot of like shady stuff that happens in business. Look at what happened with Thomas Edison, right? And stuff like that. So you want to keep your business secrets safe, right? Secret safe. And so if they could put like a portion of it on the blockchain that can't be, tampered with, touched, or anything else, I think that's very important for the internet computer. And it's going to shape the future for sure. Toniq will pump as ICP pumps. Nice. Super bull run incoming, he says. All right. CK Oct will be the first 50x chain key project. Yes. I bet you he's building right now. I bet you he's building. Oh, there he is. No. There he is. Sir, I have no clue. I don't know what you're talking about here. Not 100% sure. Much love and respect to you too, bro. Do I like IC Lighthouse? What kind of question is that? Of course I do. Of course I do, bro. IC Lighthouse, I've liked it ever since it first came out. That's where I actually first bought my SNS1 token, on IC Lighthouse. So I definitely like IC Lighthouse for sure. Enterprises. So you guys get it. That's why I love this community, is because you guys know Amy is so smart though. Bro, I don't know if she wants me to say this, but she told me about the UN launch 3 weeks before it even came out, bro. I don't know how she found it. And I didn't really get a chance to look at it because I've been busy with like just trying to make as much money as I can before I move here, because I'm making good money on DoorDash here. But yeah, so I've been super busy. But yeah, she came up with that alpha, and then it came out. I was like, Amy, you told me about that like weeks ago. So, but I do want to talk about meme coins, since that is what this was about. I think Renegade coming back to becoming a meme coin is good, because then we can meme like the old Renegade show. It can be like a fun token that helps support the gaming token. It's a support token. It's a meme token. It's a fun token. It's a rewards token. That's what it was meant to be. And so it's just, it's not changing. It's just going back to what it was before. I just let people get in my ears sometimes. And especially if I respect that person, I'm like, oh man, I have to do that because, you know, I don't want to disrespect them. But 3-month dissolve delay proposal. I think that is really bullish for ICP. I believe that is going to bring a lot more people into staking. I think 6 months with no rewards, it's a lot. It's a lot because then you're half a year from being able to get any rewards or touch any ICP. So if it is 3 months, I support that 100%. I think 1 month would be great, but 3 months, I would be happy with 3 months. I think that not only should happen, but it needs to happen. If we want people to choose ICP staking over other staking, someone who uses staking on multiple protocols, even some with high gas fees like the Graph, oh my God, or like Graph Arbitrum. Jeez, guys. This is why we need ICP. I've lost like $50 of crypto just sitting there of like different cryptos, $50 here, $50 there, just because the gas fees are so high, not only to trade the crypto, but trade it back from GRT Arbitrum back over to Ethereum or whatever. You know, all those fees that you're paying are just so outrageous. But we need to have attractive dissolve delay time. 3 months is attractive. 6 months, like that just seems like such a long time. It really does. It's not that bad. I don't mind it. It's just, honestly, like I don't want to wait for 6 months with no rewards and no tokens. But I mean, if they don't do it, I'm still supporting the NNS. I just think that would make it 100% better. So guys, please come to Bitcoin Nashville. We are having Chain Fusion Day there. I'm going to be there. A lot of Definity speakers are going to be there. A lot of ecosystem project, crypto DeFi channels coming over. Jennifer Tran's going to be there. ICP Hubs are going to be there. And tomorrow, if you're in Seattle or you want to fly in, red eye tonight, come on. Meet up at 6 p.m. tomorrow night at Stoop Brewery. You can come meet us, get some snacks, learn how to create a wallet, and hear about the either workshop or hackathon that we are going to be holding in August. So I'm going to be flying back to Seattle. So basically, I'm driving to Colorado this week or this weekend, and then flying to Nashville from Denver on the 25th, then going back. And then, I don't know, maybe end of August, I'm flying back to Seattle because these tickets they're only $100 to fly, $100 to travel. I got my whole trip to Nashville for $220. So I'm going to be traveling a lot more to these crypto events and stuff. But yeah, we're going to have big stuff. We're going to get Shill on the channel, man. Even if I think we're going to do an upload. I'm not going to, I think he's too busy for a live. We'll just get an upload. I'll be like, bro, whenever you have time, just hit me up. We'll do a quick little recording and then just upload that video real quick. That way, you know, because it was my fault last time. Well, it was both of our faults my fault. We'll say it was my fault last time, his fault this time. So, but win Doge to the moon. Let's talk about this real quick. So what happens if Win Doge gets $100 million market cap? Well, if we're starting to see $1 million volume for 24 hours or 100K volume for 24 hours, then that is going to add liquidity to the internet computer. When people are putting liquidity into it, when these tokens are pumping, when people are building on the internet computer using cycles, all of this is adding liquidity into the internet computer. So that total amount of volume that you see is going to be added upon to by these tokens. And I think this is what's going to start the bull run. I think these tokens are going to bolster ICP to where it's looking attractive for people to buy. These tokens are going to pump to the moon because meme coins are doing what meme coins do. And then having this, project be the top meme coin on the internet computer. I believe that it even outperformed Ghost for a little while. I don't know if it still is. But I support Ghost, but I think EXE is going to be the one that really solidifies ICP as a meme coin spot. Now, do I agree with all meme coins on the internet computer? No. Do I think Daemonic is pretty cool? Yeah. Daemonic's pretty cool. Is there a couple other ones that I think are pretty cool? Yeah, Ghost pretty cool. Yeah, but is there some that are absolute dog shit? Just shit coins? Yeah, there's a lot of those, and they make me sick because it's just quick liquidity. Pumps. They're just trying to extract liquidity from ICP, and that's not good. These pump and dumps. It makes ICP look bad. So when people come in, so imagine, and this isn't Definity, this isn't like good projects, this is the riffraff that all blockchains get. So what happens is people come in, and we don't have a whole lot of big projects that people are okay. All this riffraff aside, we got this, and this, and we do. They're just hard. People who come in aren't seeing them, like Open Chat, your ICP swaps, like the dexes, all of those good things. But when you have these meme coins and people, oh hey, I heard about this meme coin on ICP. I'm gonna go buy a little bit of this. I'm gonna put like $200 into a meme coin, like Clown. Or like one of these other ones. And then it pumps. They're like, okay, maybe I won't take profit yet. And then boom, straight to the ground. And they're like, dude, I just lost $200 on this crappy meme coin in ICP. And you're like, dang, you should have bought EXE or Renegade token. But that makes us look bad with IC pumpers. I think that whole, Aaron's great. I'm not exactly sure who owns IC pumpers, but the whole premise of that is to pump these tokens real quick. Just so now I could understand if you're pumping for the longevity of the project, but to pump and dump, that's liquidity extraction. We don't need that. Oh, look at this meme coin, guys. Let's all invest in this meme coin. Boom, and then it dumps and you just lose all your money. You're like, I'm not investing in meme coins anymore. Well, you just missed out on 3 good meme coins because we had this crappy one now. And so that's the problem I have with meme coins. There's so many crappy ones. There was this one called Pup Doge, not on Internet Computer, a while ago. And I was like, hey, this looks cool. Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, Pup Doge seems kind of cool. And so I put like $100 or something into Pup Doge, and it absolutely rug pulled on me afterwards. And so I was like, fuck, no more meme coins. And so I get that kind of thing, but there's good meme coins out there. That's the whole point of this, is be very picky and choosy on the meme coins. Definitely look at the founders. Now, Shill Gates, now anonymous is not always bad. With Shill Gates, I've met the guy. I know there's a real person behind the project. If anything happens, don't worry, I'll hunt him down for it. No, nothing's gonna happen. He's cool people. But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of these coins is just random people that aren't established or building in the community. They just launch a meme coin with no utility, pump it up, say they're gonna build something and never build anything, and then we all lose. So, but if you look at things like Dogecoin, all we need is one big celebrity to recognize the Internet Computer or a meme coin. This is how the Internet Computer bull run will go to its absolute highest that we will ever see. You'll become millionaires if you hold enough ICP or meme coins. So basically, if we can get like Windows 98, this is right up Elon Musk's alley. Now, Clown, you wouldn't have got his attention with Clown. I don't have anything against it. When Passion was on there, I supported it. I don't give a damn about that project now. Now that Passion's gone, that's the only reason I supported Clown, to be honest with you, is because that's my guy. But when it comes to these different projects that are going to add value to ICP, it's very important to see what they're building behind the scenes, to know that they have something, because like I was saying with Dogecoin, all it takes is one celebrity. If we get Elon Musk on board with Windows 98, nostalgic, he used that when he was young, when he was a startup. If you can make Elon remember before he was rich, tug at them little heartstrings of his, get his interest on EXE, then we could see it going to somewhere like $100 million market cap, or like even $1 billion market cap, like 100 million in volume in the day is what I mean. So EXE could be really big. We just need one big celebrity to shout out ICP, to shout out a meme coin, a game. Dragons, where you at? I'm going to be looking them up on Definity Developer Discord. I'm telling you that. I'm going to be reaching out to people. Yeah, see, in India or Pakistan in this case, it is very much cheap to do swaps for that. And so I ended up just losing a bunch of crypto. I'm done with it. Like, I'm just not dealing with it, man. It's wanting so much. I can't even get it out without a bunch of, but yeah, it's just a big nightmare. So yeah, not dissolving. People just need to commit. Maybe even give extra benefits to those who are 8-year or non-dissolve. Yeah, and even more benefits. Like say 1% if extra if you're staking for 8 years above what the normal range would be. I do not think it will. So this is a good question. He says, hey, bro, 8-year gang here and Liquid ICP here. When do you think the market will pump? And will it follow Q4 2020 to Q4 2021 run? So let me just say, what up, man? Glad you're 8 years. Glad you have some Liquid ICP. You're definitely a smart person. You follow the education of the channel, which is, I'm telling you, have your long-term bag and then have some Liquid ICP as a short-term bag. Perfect. Okay. So when will it pump? This is a very tricky question because I'm really thinking in the short term, we are going to see a move to $9. Within the next week or two. I think we're going to get a big pump out of nowhere. I think we're going to hit somewhere around $9. There's big resistance from $9 to $10. So that's going to be a very tricky area to get above. But when it comes to 2020 and 2021, you have to look at everything that I tell you, right? The technicals, the fundamentals, and the news. These are the things we look at to analyze anything. Okay, when it comes to overall analysis. So when it comes to Q4 2020 and Q4 of 2021, I think we're going to see it happen a little bit sooner. I believe since we did not have that 2019 sell-off because of the chaos in the world, and you know what happened in 2019, it dropped Bitcoin to $3,000. So with that, we didn't see the bull market that we were supposed to see. So it also threw off how the market moved and the structure that the market moved. Now, I don't think it's going to be by too much. I still think the end of the year is going to be bullish, but I believe that we could be seeing the first part of next year be actually maybe January to February. And you're right, you did say quarter to Q4 in 2021. So yeah, okay, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying from Q4 2020 to Q1 2021. So yeah, I do believe that we could follow it just maybe like a month off. So no, we're not going to follow it to a T because we did have that dump first. So yes and no. I'm not trying to confuse you here. So I think we're still going to see it. I think it's just going to be in a different time frame than last time. He says, I think EXE will open the gates for the ICP ecosystem, but right now EXE has the largest liquidity pool. I would like to see some of the SNS DAO adding liquidity, though. That would be good to see. I would definitely consider adding liquidity myself. Open chat airdrop looks like it's going to be cool. Okay. We're not even going to do any TA today, guys. This is just going to be a talking video. I don't do these very often, but EXE, baby! Yeah, scalp trading. Guys, I'm telling you, go get some EXE, go get some Renegade token. There's going to be a lot of rewards for those who hold. Anybody who wants to get out, you're welcome to get out. I don't recommend it. I can't tell you either way what to do. But guys, we're cooking big over here. Remember all the people that come and go. I'm not a Scott Summers. I'm not going to give you guys something that's going to hurt you as well. So if we kept Renegade token, the next 3 years, our game would be dead. That's what would happen, guys. So I'm saving the project for the long term is what I'm doing. And I hope you guys support me on that. Sometimes you have to let me make the tough decisions because that's what I do. I take all the information, all the advice from everybody, your advice, everything. We have you vote. We talk to, people that are already doing what I want to do, talk to friends, colleagues, and everything that I can do. And then I make the most informed decision for the best of the project, which is the best of the community as well. So, all right, guys, that being said, goodbye and good ICP.